The Thunderbolts. You've seen them teased, you've seen them in Marvel Comics, and now you will finally get to meet them in the MCU. But I'm going to ask you this. What if this team, made up of some of the most dangerous individuals on the planet, wasn't just assembled to fight the good fight? What if they were crafted for something much darker? What if this team's creation was a direct result of a government's obsession with controlling superhumans? What if they were just tools engineered for a much bigger and darker purpose? And at the very heart of this agenda lies the ultimate weapon, Sentry, the most powerful being the MCU has yet to fully reveal. So stick around, because today we're diving deep in and you might just look at the Thunderbolts in an entirely new way. Now let's talk about the Thunderbolts team. You might recognize these characters, but do you really understand their motivation? Because this isn't just a team of misfits trying to fight for justice. It's a team of manipulated individuals, each with their own tragic backstory, driven by personal vendettas or government agendas. First up, Yelena Belova. You know her as the sister figure to Natasha Romanoff, aka the Black Widow. But Yelena's journey is far more complicated. She's been lied to, manipulated by the very organization she once served. After everything she went through in the Black Widow film, she's lost faith in the system that turned her into a weapon. She's out for revenge, but also redemption. Then we have Red Guardian, a Soviet-era hero who was never truly able to live up the legacy of Russia's version of Captain America. He was forced into a system, lied to, and betrayed just like the rest. But there's also a lingering sense of patriotism and loyalty to the cause, which makes him one of the most conflicted members of the team. Then we have Taskmaster, the perfect assassin. Her ability to mimic any fighting style makes her a dangerous tool. But don't let her cold exterior fool you. She's more than just a weapon of the government. She's been forced into this life. Much like the others, her motivations are buried beneath layers of pain and confusion. Then we have US Agent, is a direct product of the government's obsession with controlling power. They wanted a hero, but John Walker was far too eager to prove his worth. His need to be the best and his fear of failure have made him a dangerous force for the government, but what cost to his moral compass? Then we have Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier, is no stranger to government manipulation, having spent decades as an assassin brainwashed to do unspeakable things. Bucky is trying to atone for his past, but even now in present day, he is constantly haunted by his role as a government tool. He is the embodiment of inner conflict, never quite able to trust himself. And finally, we have Ghost, aka Ava Starr. She's an anti-hero, yes, but she's also a victim of corporated and governmental experimentation. After being exposed to a experiment that made her face through objects in Ant-Man and the Wasp, she's left with a fractured sense of self and a very dangerous ability. For her, the question is always, how much can you trust your own mind when the government has altered it? The one thing all these characters share is the corruption of the system, whether it was an organization that twisted them into weapons or a government that used them as tools. They've all been betrayed by those they thought they were serving. But what if the real threat wasn't some external villain, but the government itself? What if the true story of the Thunderbolts is about them breaking free from the chains of control and finding their own path?
That there are bad guys, and there are worse guys, and nothing else. Look at you. So adorable.
Now here where it gets interesting. The one wild card that the government didn't account for, Bob Reynolds, aka the Sentry, wasn't just another recruit to the Thunderbolts. He was created, manipulated, and shaped by the government into the perfect weapon. Now to understand how dangerous Sentry is, let's dive into his origins in Marvel Comics. Sentry is nearly invincible, stronger than Thor, faster than the Hulk, and and capable of destroying entire cities with his power. But Sentry isn't just a mindless soldier. He is a man who's constantly struggles with his own sanity. His powers are always on the edge of collapse, and when he loses control, the void emerges.
The void. There's no use fighting.
He's invincible, all-powerful, stronger than all of the Avengers rolled into one.
You don't know what I'm capable of. Maybe I need to show you.
The Void is Sentry's dark side, an entity that embodies chaos, destruction, and everything that is wrong with Bob Reynolds' psyche. And this is exactly what the government wanted, a weapon of mass destruction, but one that could also be controlled. The government didn't just find Sentry, they engineered him, they experimented on him, used psychological manipulation and mind control to keep his destructive potential in check. They wanted a tool that could eliminate any threat, but they also knew that controlling Sentry was a dangerous game. As the Thunderbolts team embarks on more and more dangerous missions, Sentry's mental stability starts to deteriorate. The Void becomes harder to suppress, and the government begins to slip their grip on him, and that's where things get messy. Now imagine the team realizing that they're not just fighting for the greater good. Imagine them realizing that they're being used. Some of them, like Winter Soldier and Yelena, have already tasted betrayal, and they started to question everything.
Everyone here has done bad things. Shadow ops, robbing government labs, contract kills.
Yeah, so?
So, someone wants us gone.
US Agent, however, remains loyal to the mission. His blind devotion to the government sets him at odds with the rest of the team. The moment Sentry loses control is inevitable. The Void takes control, and suddenly the Thunderbolts are faced with a being whose powers knows no limit. A team that was built to handle superhumans now must face one of the most dangerous and destructive force in the world. And now the Thunderbolts have a choice. Do they try to stop Sentry from causing destruction, or do they break free from their governmental masters and fight for control over their own futures? There's no easy answer, and the consequences of their decision will change everything. So what do you think? Could the Thunderbolts be the true anti-heroes the MCU needs? Will they break free from the government's grasp, or will they be doomed to remain pawns in a game they can't control? And what will happen when Sentry goes rogue? Let me know in the comments. What side would you be on if you were part of this team? Is Sentry a hero or a weapon? And of course, if you enjoy this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and share with this video with your friends who's a big fan of Marvel. You won't miss what's coming next. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.